Oh, hey folks, how you doing? I was just looking at our wheel over here, you know, our awesome pirate ship wheel. It's just, I've been thinking because I was at the antique store the other day and I saw another wheel just like this one, except it was a lot smaller. I have always thought this wheel looks a bit out of place because everything in the cabin is pretty small, which is how I like it. Like our little armchair that we have over here, or our little cozy fireplace that we have over there, or our little homemade table that we have down there that I made from some leftover floor panels, and of course our little couch that we have down there that I love. And then there's just this huge wheel over there that wasn't really supposed to stay there. There's just nowhere else for it to go. So I think what I'm gonna do is, as much as I love this wheel, I'm gonna take it to the antique store. And whilst I'm there, I'll pick up the smaller one, which is hopefully still there, and then I'll bring it back and maybe we can put it on the wall, maybe even so it spins. Okay, so there you go. What do you think? I feel like most people would actually prefer the bigger one, and whilst I agree that it does look awesome, I would actually prefer this one just because it goes with all the small stuff that we have in here, and I think it's going to look great on the wall. So it's not actually going to be going here where the other big one was. I think what I'm going to do is put it up there on the wall, just somewhere in that space. I just feel like it's a good place for it to go. So obviously you've probably noticed this big piece of wood on the back of it, and that's just because we've actually made it so it can spin. So the big piece of wood, that's going to be screwed into the wall, holding it on the wall, and then we've got this big bolt that goes through it, and then we've got some nuts to keep it in place. So now it just spins. But what we are going to do before putting it on the wall is actually give it a sand it so it looks nice and smooth. Okay, so there you go. We gave it a bit of a sanding to make it look a bit smoother, and then we actually put some of this wood stain stuff on it, and now it better matches the colour of the wheel. So as you can see, there's some little holes. There's one on that side and one on that side. So now we're just going to take some screws and attach it to the wall. Okay, so it's looking pretty good, and you know, it can spin, but I think what we're actually going to do, in order to move it up this way a little bit, because I feel like it just needs to move a little bit to be more in the middle, we're going to use a different piece of wood. We're not going to use this piece, we're going to use a different piece, a longer piece, so then we can move it up that way. And also I think I'm not going to use that wood stuff, that paint stuff, so then we can just leave it the same colour as the wall, so it'll blend in a little better. And look at that, it looks loads better. So I feel like this piece of wood is less noticeable, and it's the same colour as the wall, so that looks nice. It's right in the middle, and yeah, so now we can just mess about with it. It spins nicely. So now that the wheel over here is all done, looks great. There's actually a few more little things I have for the cabin. So I have this, which I think looks nice. I picked this up at a market, and what we're going to do, just going to stick this on the wall, well, not stick it, but we're going to get a nail, and I think it's going to go right up there, just above the map. I think that's a nice little spot for it. There you go, that looks pretty good up there. It adds a bit more detail to the cabin. Okay, so I've got this net. It's just a blue net. It's got some shells in it. I thought we could hang this up on the wall to give the place more of that like beach vibe, and seaside feeling. So I thought we could I've put a nail here, right there in the middle, and I thought if we put one up here and then one here, we could just have it in the corner and it'll just fall down there, so it'll be out the way, but it'll look good. So as you can see, I have this nail there. What I'm going to do is take another one, and I'm not going to put it here so it's a bit hidden and out the way. I'm actually going to put it behind or just on top, and then I'll do the same on that side. Alright, so there you go, it looks pretty good. I actually used quite a few nails just to try and spread it out a bit more, and the nails are on show. They're slightly noticeable because it was a bit hard getting them right back there, because, you know, to try and knock them in we don't have a lot of room. So there's one, there's that one in the middle, and then there's one there. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I've even put it on the peg here, just again to try and spread it out a bit more, and I'm quite happy with our little net. You know, I've been thinking, and I don't think I really want this little water feature in here anymore, so what I might do is move it, so then we'll have some more like space to put drinks and stuff. And then what I might do is I might actually put one of these little candle holders over there, so then we'll have one on this table and one over on that table. There we go, much better. So what I want to do over here is actually take down this painting that I did of this epic pirate ship, and I actually want to put this one here. Now this is a painting that my grandma did, and she actually did it by watching a video of mine here on the channel, because she always watches them, and then she paused it and she just painted that shot. And this was a really good adventure too. There's me standing on the rocks by the sea, there's the lighthouse, and yeah. And you know, something that's always kind of annoyed me about this painting of the ship is that the front of the ship, the bow, is like higher up than it is back here at the stern. So when the captain's sailing, they ain't going to be able to see where they're going. So the cabin is looking quite nice. I like all of these little details we've added. It really makes it look a lot better. We've got our little compass up there, looks nice right at the top. And then over there we have our net. I think that looks nice in the corner. So we've got a lot of pretty cool stuff in the cabin, but I think one of the most awesome things in here has got to be the projector, which I haven't actually shown you yet. So this is the projector itself. So you turn it on, it's got a button there, and then we have the remote. And then here we have the screen itself. So we just pull that down, get comfy on the couch, we can watch a movie, get all the candles on, and it'll be very cozy. So yeah, I am super happy with how the cabin looks. I love all the little details that we're adding. We've got the projector, very awesome. But I love our little wheel. It's just so fun to mess around with. And we could even use this bit of wood here as like shelf space. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you when adventure calls.